Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estela.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was trying to clean my glasses, but they are now worse instead of what they were before.
Get another pair.
That's true. Or I could just take them off, but then you look blurry.
Do you need to see me?
Yeah. So how are you doing today, sister?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Are you ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
So it's almost Christmas, guys.
Yeah. I feel like time's flying by. It's going
Girl,
too fast.
super fast. Like, I feel like it was just Thanksgiving and then boom.
Yeah.
You're like, the fuck? It's about to be
And New Year?
in New Year's. Yeah. I don't know. I love New Year's. I think that's my favorite holiday because I feel like it's a fresh start. You start over and everything. Not really like, it's probably just mental, but I think it's cool.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
But I guess because it's like the beginning of the year.
Yes.
And then, you just kind of everybody, if they make resolutions and,
Yeah. Well, I have a few resolutions that I want to complete. And I've already talked to my son about them. And my son asked me. And then my son was like, oh, you're just going to say that and then I do it. I'm like, you know what? You're very negative.
Yeah. But is he being factual?
Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, so we're doing wonderful. Today let me start over. Today is going to be a case brought to you by me.
Mm-hmm.
And so this case, I just was like, I think that a lot of us can relate. And I know it sounds bad.
No, well, yeah.
Pero
it's life.
I feel like we could relate on what happened to this person. Okay. And we will be discussing the murder of Bill Hall Jr.
Okay.
And today we are going to San Antonio, Texas.
Yay.
We're going to our neighbors. Are they a neighbor? Yeah, they're our neighbors, right? I think they're our neighbors. They can be our neighbors. Well, they're more neighbored than Dallas because they're only 2 hours
and a half.
So yeah.
Pushing 3.
Pushing 3. You can make it in 3 if you catch traffic in Katy. Because it takes forever to get out of Houston, you know.
Yeah, especially on a Friday.
So if you'd like to hear today's case and go to San Antonio, you can grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started.
So fun, random, interesting facts with the multiple
Plural.
of San Antonio. Have we ever been? I feel like we've been to San Antonio.
Yes, I want to say yes.
So if listeners, if you already heard these, sorry about that. But
yeah,
I'm going to do it
again. If they're the same ones. ¿Quién sabe?
The San Antonio Spurs are the only NBA team to win championships in 3 different decades. So they won in the 1990s, in the 2000s, and in the 2010s.
Do you have specific years?
I do, but I don't want to look them up right now.
Okay. So you don't.
The decades are there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then another thing is San Antonio is home to the largest Mexican market outside of Mexico.
I'm trying to think if these are, I feel like I've heard this before.
No, I don't think that this one because I tried. There were so many that I know they have a lot. Yeah. And I was like, no, I don't think this one. I think the last one we did was something about the Alamo, and I didn't do any.
I don't remember, to be honest.
But anyway, so San Antonio is home to the largest Mexican market outside of Mexico. It's called El Mercado, also known as Market Square. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I've been there.
Same.
Yeah. The Tower of the Americas was built for the 1968 World's Fair and was once the tallest observation tower in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you know how tall it is?
Have no idea.
Okay.
And lastly, the Riverwalk was created as flood control for San Antonio, not as a tourist attraction.
Which is what it is now.
Today, it stretches over 15 miles. Yes, that is correct.
Full of hotels, restaurants.
Dude, it's really cool there.
It is.
It is so cool. We remember I went to go the concert there in San Antonio with my husband. And honestly, like the people that are there, they're so proud to be Texan and Mexican or Hispanic or whatever it is that you are. And they speak Spanish con mucho orgullo. And I love that.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like everybody is like, oh, if you're here, you speak Spanish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really cool. So like I said, we were going to be discussing the murder of Bill Hall Jr. Mm-hmm. On a stretch of a highway outside of San Antonio, a man lost his life in what police later would call a homicide. This was not only an act of random violence, it involved a well-known wealthy truck magnate, a marriage of more than 30 years, and an ex-stripper girlfriend, and a moment of rage that ended in death.
Oh, shit.
So Bill Hall Jr., his name, you have to say Jr.
Okay.
Porque si no, pues no. A successful businessman whose life ended on Loop 1604 in October of 2013. Now, the most shocking part of the whole case was not how he died, but who was behind the wheel that killed him. To understand how this happened, we have to start with who Bill Hall Jr. was and the life that he built before everything unraveled. His wife, Frances Hall, stated that Bill was a very good-looking teenager. She said since she met him, he was just good-looking, he was easy on the eyes, and she even referred him as a major fox.
Oh, I thought you were going to say fuck. I was like, oh, okay.
No, a major fox, if you will. Bill was easy. Like I said, he had the best smile, and he was easy to get along with. And el señor, like, if you look him up, he's a very handsome man for being like ya todo como
older.
Yeah, and his hair was blanco and everything like that. He was born on October the 3rd of 1946. He met Frances Araiza at 16 years old in 1979. Mm-hmm. And she remembers as the first time that she lays eyes on him. And she knew that she wanted to marry him.
Oh, shit.
Now, I don't know about that because I remember when I laid eyes on my husband, yo no me quería casar.
No, but there's a lot of people that, say, hey, the first time I met so-and-so, like I knew we were going to be together forever, or I knew that they were going to be my partner or my spouse or whatever.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think...
But just that wasn't your case.
That wasn't my case. Mm-hmm. Frances worked at a movie theater where she lived also with her mother and 3 siblings. And they, according to her, lived in the projects at some homes that were called the Casiano homes. I guess that's like projects of San Antonio. Mm-hmm. She describes her life as being poor, but very humble.
Okay.
Bill lived close to her, and they actually met in high school. And they began to date not long after they got married, right out of high school in 1981 at the age of 18. Frances recalls that Bill proposed to her in front of her mother's house.
Aww.
On one knee.
Aww.
A year later, their first child was born. Their daughter, by the name of Nikki, was born on April the 1st of 1983. 4 years later, on June the 7th, 1987, June 7, 1987, that's so cool, they had a son by the name of Justin.
Okay.
Bill did work very hard. Now, from what I gathered, from everything that I saw, read, researched, he was like nonstop. He's like, I'm not going to stay here. Like, he was not person that was just
he aspired to more.
Oh, yeah. He was very big on being someone big, right?
Yeah.
And he also wanted to give his family the best life that he could. I mean, they were young, and not only that, he would clean airplanes and attend college at the same time.
I mean, he did what he had to do.
Girl, on the weekends, if he was off, he would go and dig ditches and transport the dirt from one place to another for extra money. Mm-hmm. Frances helped him by getting a cleaning job and, helping around the house with like making sure that the kids were fed, supporting him as much as she could. Mm-hmm. But his true passion was rigs.
Okay.
So according to what I researched, his family was owners of rigs. So he had already kind of had a taste of that. So Bill got a job with his aunt at her trucking company. But Bill, he was a risk taker. And he did not stop at whatever until he got whatever he wanted. And he had a dream. Mm-hmm. And his dream was to own his own company. Mm-hmm. So he quit school.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he quit school in the early 1980s. The couple got their first truck. And they hired about 6 employees and started Bill Hall Jr. Trucking. Okay. So no se te olvide, el Junior.
El Junior.
And he was off delivering topsoil. And Frances worked the phones to help find new business.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They went from 1 truck to about 130 trucks.
God damn.
Yeah.
I bet you were going to say like 10.
No, bitch. By 1989, they became the largest trucking company in the whole state of Texas.
Do we need to start our own trucking company?
I think we do. Okay. We're on the wrong business, ho.
Yeah.
The company,
we need l'avance.
We need l'avance, yeah. The company at one point was valued for more than $15 million.
Yikes.
And this is in the 1980s.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Let me look. up how much that was worth in today's monies.
Okay. Everything was not work and play, though. You know, Bill,
sure.
he did enjoy his money, girl. He would travel a lot and he would go gambling in Vegas and he was out and about.
Spending,
girl. He was a good man, according to his family, but...
in 2025, 15 million in the 1980s will be worth 59 million today.
Holy shit. That's crazy. So they were up there.
Yeah. Well, they worked. They worked themselves up to
And
that.
he did. Like, he was very persistent and he...
Self-made.
Exactly. His family would say that he was a good man, but he was not perfect by any means. His cousin did say in an interview that he loved women. That was his problem.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously, we're human, right? He did things.
No.
And his cousin also says he did things that he was not supposed to do.
Like cheat on his wife?
Like cheat on his wife.
Yikes.
Francis is being home and a homemaker, making tortillas and taking care of the home. And
the kids.
And the life that they built together. And
bro, like, she had your back. Like, she helped you get to where you were, you know?
Yeah. And Bill was out with his friends, buying them gifts and enjoying himself.
And the ladies, apparently.
The ladies. Now, the kids are out of the house by this point.
Right.
And Bill is even more free to enjoy his money, right? He worked really hard for it. So he's like, dude, le dio el vuelo a la hilacha, como quien dice. Le dio vuelo a los calzones. He loved motorcycles. That was another thing that he did love. And he loved to ride fast. Frances, on the other hand, said she'd never been around motorcycles, so ella no le llamaba la atención. But she said that Bill loved them so much, so as any wife would do for their husband, she bought him a Harley Davidson V-Rod for his 40th birthday. Now, the thing about this particular Harley Davidson, it was baby blue, like
the sky?
Bright as baby blue, yeah. And on the side, it had a sign that said, El Jefe.
Oh.
Yeah. Pues es el jefe, güey.
Era el boss.
He was the boss.
Mr. Boss Jr.
So he did have a true passion for motorcycles, but he also had another passion, once we mentioned before, las mujeres, women.
This is very dos mujeres un camino.
Very. And you know what? When you say that...
Está la motorcycle.
Exactly.
Están las 18-wheelers.
No, I swear, Alex, my husband yesterday told me, this is dos mujeres un camino. I'm like, for real? It was said that Bill had money. Like, he had money.
Yes.
So he was at the bars, at the strip clubs, just going around, spending his money. And like I said before, he was a very good looking man. So, I mean, it wasn't hard for him to get attention.
Yeah.
It was said that at one point he did have an affair with his cousin's wife. Yeah. And he even got her pregnant.
Oh.
Now, I don't know what happened to the baby. That's like Jerry Springer shit. But everyone around the family knew that even if Bill had frequent one-night stands, affairs, y todo eso, the 3-decade-old marriage with Frances was strong. And
I mean, ella también tuvo que saber. I mean, I'm sure she wasn't dumb.
yes. And strong enough to get through anything. The couple had been through it all, from having nothing to having a lot.
Yeah.
Raising 2 children and growing a business together. There was nothing that could happen to them that could break their marriage or get in the way of their marriage, right? Frances goes on to say that she was deeply in love with her husband and that she had been through so much with him that she wasn't willing just to give up on their marriage that easily. It was September the 13th of 2013 when the one thing that can and will get in between their marriage happened. She got a call from a woman saying, "You don't know me, but I have been having an affair with your husband." And
I somehow doubt that this is the first time somebody has called her up.
I do too.
Yeah.
But I'll get into that.
Yeah.
She maintains the fact that I think that a lot of the times as women, married women, we focus on other things like our homes and, having everything clean and work or whatever you're doing. Because she also helped in the business and everything.
Yeah.
That you get tunnel vision, sometimes. And you don't look around you to look like, oh, he came home late, or, oh, he wasn't wearing that when he left. That kind of shit, And as once again, being a married woman of 20 something plus years, no, 20 years, tampoco, it gets to a point where that's why I said this is very relatable. It could happen to anybody. So let's find out who this woman that was on the other line is. Her name is Bonnie Contreras.
Bonnie?
Bonnie, like Bonnie.
Yeah.
And we are going to find out how Bill and Bonnie met.
Okay.
It was a fall day at a spinach festival. Yes.
A spinach?
In
San Antonio?
I found out that
I like spinach.
I guess un town que estaba cerca de allí, se llama Crystal City, Texas.
Okay.
And Crystal City, Texas is actually known as the spinach capital of the world. Like they get all of their spinach from there. So they have a spinach festival.
I mean, yeah.
Y tienen una Popeye. Yeah, they have a Popeye. It was cool. Anyway.
Oh, shit. That's cool.
So Bonnie was working there in her hometown with her aunt. And nobody really knows this, but she is a former stripper. Mm-hmm. And originally, like I said, from Crystal City, Texas, which is around 2 hours from San Antonio. She was there selling chicken on a stick with her tia. Mm-hmm. And Bill was passing by with a group of his friends. Porque siempre andaba con all his friends, con su posse,
Yeah.
pues. Y pues con el jefe.
Él es el jefe.
Él es el jefe. And Bonnie le llamó la atención. She was 27 and a single mom. Mm-hmm. He backtracked como...
Yeah, Papa you. Anything for Salinas? Back
anything, yes.
Yeah.
Anything for Salinas. And he started talking to Bonnie. Bonnie, I'm going to call her Bonnie. Porque Bonnie como que no. She said that they hit right away. They hit it off right away. And that a week later, from the people around town, Bill had gone back to go look for her.
Okay.
So she finds out que la andaba buscando. Mm-hmm. So she gave her number to him. And after going back and forth for about a month, they did meet up for lunch.
Okay.
Bonnie said that when she first met him, it was in San Antonio in a restaurant ahí en el River Walk. Uh-huh. And she said que she didn't see a ring on his finger.
Okay.
And there was no
mark
ni signs que hubiera un ring ahí. Uh-huh. So she said that her first question was, are you married?
Oh, okay.
Because
are you single?
Are you single? Yeah. Are you married?
Well, I guess because he was older, so she probably just like, hey, are you married or something?
I mean, he is 19 years older than her.
Exactly.
And he admits, yes, I am married. Le dice.
He was straight up.
Yes, he was straight up. But I'm separated. And I'm getting a divorce. Now, I don't know, pero I've never been with a married man before.
I would hope not.
Pero, I mean, the whole I'm married situation, but you're really not separating, pero I think...
What do you mean?
I guess when people... Is that I'm guessing that's something that often happens. Like, yeah, I'm married, pero I'm getting separated. I'm getting divorced.
Or, we're separated.
We're separated, yeah.
You know, como se dice, technically, we are married still, and we're separated, you know?
So Bonnie said that after that, he told her one time, and she didn't find the need to ask him about his relationship status again. That lunch was the beginning of the end of Bill's marriage with Frances. Bonnie, on the other hand, was what she thought was going to be with Bill for the rest of her life, girl. Ella estaba viviendo la vida.
Yeah.
He would call her gorda. And she said that she fell in love with him quickly and hard. Bonnie recalls that she was with Bill at all times. So that's another reason she didn't question it.
Right.
She said he was with me at all times. Like we were from morning to the night. Like no había time that we weren't together. We were out on lunches, always communicating, all of that. And she said, I was going to marry this man and he was going to be the future father of my children.
Yeah.
Now, he was with her so much that Bill, vacation. I mean, I'm trying to kind of put in perspective of how much they were together, like vacations, spas, dates, days. I mean,
like they practically lived together.
Exactly. Yeah. Living together. And she's like, I would be like, he would be here with me from 6 a.m. to
the night, till next day. Yeah.
He lavished her with gifts and just everything that she could ever want. He gave her a 5-carat diamond ring. Mm-hmm. And to Bonnie, that ring meant that they were going to marry one day and that he loved her unconditionally. Mm-hmm. He also buys her 2 cars.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And gives her everything that she's ever dreamed of.
And I'm sure for her and her child, because she said she was a single mom and, you know.
As well as paying for her rent and telling her that she doesn't have to work. He was going to take care of her. Bonnie also says that Bill never spoke bad about his wife. He never did say anything bad about her, and that he was very clear to her, telling her that he was always going to love his wife, pero que he wasn't in love with her anymore.
Okay.
Even though the love was being showed to Bonnie like
In materialistic
ways and all of this. By September 2013, which is whenever she contacted his wife, the love seemed like it was starting to dwindle a little bit. Bonnie noticed that she would text and call Bill y él le dejó de contestar. And
the honeymoon phase is like over.
Exactly. Sometime in between this, Bill tells Frances that he is going to lay everything out. You know, he's going to be honest. He tells her that Bonnie had threatened him with telling everyone on the internet about their affair.
Okay.
She created a Facebook page with a fake name and friends and the whole
like if it was an actual profile.
Yeah. His wife and his daughter later say that they both have her as a friend on Facebook.
They had her at the time?
Everybody, all the family, like los primos, las tías.
But nobody knew who she was?
Nobody knew who she was.
Okay, she just befriended everybody.
Yes. So this way she would gather information and use it to tell Bill that she would tell everybody about the affair.
Yeah.
Bonnie would threaten him and tell him, I'm going to tell Frances about the affair. Until one day Bill said, man, just go ahead. Tell her.
Y es cuando le habló.
Cuando le habló. It didn't take much for her to be like, órale, pues le voy a decir.
Yeah.
So she called and told Frances, like I mentioned before. On the other hand, Frances stated that she had no idea that her husband was cheating. Right there is where I'm like, Frances did confront her husband after she got the phone call. And this is when Frances said she found out that her husband of 30 years had been cheating on her. And when Frances asked how long, it had been 30 years.
¿Que andaba con Bonnie?
3.
Damn.
So this is not an affair de una noche, güey.
No.
This is a whole ass relationship.
He was like a double life.
Exactly.
You know, like real random, now that you're saying that they had a relationship for 3 years. I was watching one of the Chisme podcasts that I watch on YouTube. And so, you know, they write into her. I think I've mentioned this before. I watched Noche de Cheeks. And she was retelling a chisme about this woman who had been with her husband maybe 10 years. And they had been married for 7 or whatever. So she ended up starting an affair with her boss.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And her boss knew that she was married and she had 2 children with her husband. Y toda la cosa. Well, her boss would ask her to leave her husband and her kids, and she was like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah.
But they would go on No, he wanted more from her que él le podía dar. And she was like, no, I can't go on vacation with you. I have kids. And, you know, I have a husband. Y que le dijo, búscate otra novia and you take her on vacation. So he did end up finding a girlfriend, but they were having this affair for 5 years.
Holy
y esta
shit.
casada con su husband and his 2 kids, y aquel con otra novia, but they were still having an affair.
Wow. So now el otro con la novia having an affair with her, and then she was at,
and she had her husband and her kids.
Enredadera de la verga.
Yeah, but that's just crazy that people can like...
That's I think that, and my husband and I always talk about that. He's like, that's so much work.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you have the stomach for that? I'm sorry. I can never.
Not only the stomach, but how do you have the time, the mental capacity to do that, bitch? Because like, ponte a pensar, like you have to keep your fucking story straight.
Yeah.
You can't you have to be really sneaky. You have to be like
who wants to live that kind of life, dude? Like, that's crazy.
It's too hard. De por sí, life is already hard.
Why are you complicating it more for yourself?
Exactly.
But, I mean,
so
sorry.
Back to my story. So
for 3 years. Him and Bonnie.
Yes, him and Bonnie. So Frances said that they were in the car y que ella le preguntó, like, what's going on? Because this girl calls me. Y él le dice, yes, we had been together for 3 years.
And that's when he laid it all out for her?
He laid it all out. Bill was living a double life, and he was very, very good at it because, according to her, she had no idea.
Yeah.
Frances said that he was crying and that he said, please forgive me, and that she thought about everything that she had put up with, and that she was like, okay, man, you know, I love this man.
We're going
to get through this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. After Frances decided to stand by her man, pues esto no le gustó a la Bonnie.
She thought que cuando le hiciera a Frances lo iba a dejar.
According to Frances and her daughter, Bill stated that he tried to leave Bonnie after that many times, but que she wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. She had taken over 2,000 pictures of themselves, of them together.
Yeah.
Even some were like risky or adults only.
Yeah.
She had gotten the number of Frances, and she had sent her pictures of her ass that Bill had taken of her.
What the hell?
And then Frances said that there was more than one picture.
Yeah, of course.
Not only that, but she sent videos of them having sex.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. Of her naked and that she would say that Bill was taking pictures of her. Now, remember when I mentioned that he was buying her all these things and all of that?
Yeah.
According to Bonnie, she got boobs.
Okay, he paid for her
implants.
Yeah.
Now, according to Frances, the reason that she got the implants for Bill was because she was pregnant with Bill's baby.
You said according to Frances.
Yes. So Frances dice que Bonnie was
Telling her.
Listen. So according to Frances, the implants were given to Bonnie because she was pregnant with Bill's baby and he had asked her to get rid of the baby.
Oh, so it was like, if you get rid of the baby
and she's like, okay, I'll get rid of the baby, but you need to give me
a breast augmentation.
Breast implants. And she did.
Okay. But
So,
that's allegedly.
Alleged.
Okay.
Because at this
know.
point, we don't know.
Yeah.
Bonnie, of course, says that that's all made up and that there's no way that she would get rid of a baby that she was having with the man that she loved. Mm-hmm. The women went back and forth, texting each other hurtful things. Mm-hmm. Bonnie said that Frances was coming after her daughter and calling her out of her name and shit like that. And she said, as any woman would, she had to defend herself. And I completely agree with her there. But the things that she was saying was kind of like out of line.
Well, they were going like back and forth, I guess.
Back and forth, like calling her names and stuff. So Frances said that she was hitting below the belt. Like it was some hard shit. She talked about how Frances had a hysterectomy and that she wasn't a woman anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then she told her that she was empty inside.
Oh my God.
And would send her...
it's just all of it is just
everything
not good from either side.
Exactly, from either side.
Like,
because la niña no tiene la culpa, meaning however old she is.
Yeah.
And then like these are kind of some harsh words, like calling her a broken woman.
Yikes.
And not only that, she would call her hollow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I would not even fucking think of that.
Yeah. We would never do this in the first place.
Obviously.
But
like, what I'm saying is like, those are like, fuck. Like I wouldn't, those are like, some shit.
Like that you can hurt somebody. Like, you want to hurt somebody so much that you know.
So I saw this thing, one of the like interviews that they had done with the attorney de Frances, y dice que she would send her diagrams of pictures of women and would like be like you're hollow and stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I don't know. That's what she said. I don't know, allegedly. That. After this, Bonnie kicked Bill out. And Bonnie was like, you know what?
Bonnie?
Yeah.
But Bill was still with Bonnie entonces?
Yeah, she was still with Bonnie.
Bill?
Bill.
I thought he was trying to leave her.
No, this is what he was telling his wife.
Oh.
He was telling his wife that he was
one thing.
Yes, one thing.
Oh.
But exactly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
Well, I guess we didn't know that.
We didn't know that.
The listeners.
I will go ahead and explain. So, like I said, the day that she confronted her husband was the day that he was crying and that he was like, we've been together 3 years, all of this shit.
And we're going to, I've been trying to leave her.
I've been trying to leave her. I'm going to be truthful to you. Te voy a decir toda la verdad. And all of this happened. So then Bonnie and Frances started fighting over text messages.
Yes.
Like you sending her pictures.
Yeah,
y que no sé qué. Okay. So they're going back and forth. But at this time, she was like, I'm going to stay with him. Yeah,
Bonnie también.
No, Frances was like, I'm going to stay with him. You know,
and we're going to work
this
through
work.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's just because he was telling her whatever she wanted to hear.
So Bonnie le dijo a Bill, I'm kicking you out because he's like, you're going back and forth y todo esto. So she's like, you gotta go. You know, you can't be doing that, coming back and forth to me or whatever. And so she's like, I'm kicking you out for good. According to her, she said that she was done with him because it was
just too much.
It was too much. And her and Frances had been fighting and all of these things.
And he wasn't leaving his wife
either.
And
he wasn't leaving his wife, right? So then according to her, she changed the locks of her house and which this was weird that she would say this, but she said, I changed my bank accounts too.
So he wouldn't deposit money? I'd be like, deposit the money. I wouldn't change my bank account.
But isn't that weird that she would say that? But anyway. So Bill begs Frances, hey, pues lo Bonnie lo corrió, pues.
Pero aquella pues no sabe, ¿verdad? Aquella no sabía that they were still together.
According to her.
Yeah.
So then Frances says, le dice, can you take me back? A Frances. Y me perdonas que I was going out with Bonnie.
For reals.
Y él le dice, and I'm going to leave her. I'm going to,
Well, according to him, he's been trying to leave her.
He's been trying to leave her, pero, whatever. And Frances said, you know what? I'm going to take you back.
And we're going to work
things out. He was crying. Frances said he had never seen him that low. since his mother had passed away. So she felt kind of bad for him también.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I love this man. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen or anything. And she said, okay, you know what? We're going to figure this out. On October the 8th, 2013, Bill and Frances were staying in a hotel. And they were trying to, I guess, rekindle their love, you know.
In the
Se
relationship,
fueron,
yeah.
you know, a un spa, lo que sea. Now, Bonnie said that she wanted her boyfriend back home.
Her boyfriend, Bill?
Her boyfriend, Bill.
Junior.
So
she missed him.
She missed him. And that was with his wife.
Okay.
Yeah. And she wanted him back.
Okay.
At that moment. So she started looking for him.
Okay.
She started looking for him, and I'm guessing that she had been with Bill in all of these hotels because she was like, I'm going to go drive around
And see if I find their
and
car?
see if I find him. Okay.
Yeah.
So she said that she was going around and she's like, I think he's on the hotel on 151 Street or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, this lady is now like, that's how many, anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she goes to the hotel and she said she got out of her car when she was driving. I mean, she goes to the hotel and she drives up to where everyone, like the valet or whatever. And then when she got there, she noticed que estaba el car de Frances allí. And then she was like, well, this is weird. How is it that Frances is here? And she's looking for Bill.
Yeah.
Right? So she got into the hotel and told the concierge to call up to the room and tell Bill that Miss Contreras was there.
Okay. Abajo, in the lobby.
Now, she says she can hear over this phone, like screaming. I mean, bitch, you're with your husband. According to him, he's not having anything to do with her. And now you're looking for him.
Yeah.
And now you're saying Miss Contreras is here looking for you.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Right? Anyway. So they said that ella dice que Frances was going back and forth with him y que le quería quitar el teléfono y todo eso.
But she could hear this.
Yes.
Okay.
Through the concierge que
yeah.
estaba. I mean, if you're screaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can hear.
Anyway. So they were fighting and Frances was trying to make her way down to her. Like Frances is like, I'm going to
Confront her.
But Bill didn't want that to happen. He didn't want the fight. So, you know, he was just like, whatever. So apparently, according to Frances, the whole day they fought. Right after that happened, Bonnie se fue para su casa, pues ya cagó el palo, ¿verdad?
Pues sí.
Y se fue para su casa y Frances was, you know, just done. She's like, I'm done with this. And on October the 9th, which is the next day, Bill was brushing his teeth in the morning to go to work, you know, as he usually works. And she said, I lost it. She's like, I lost it. I started pulling his hair when he was brushing his teeth. They started tussling around the house y que he was laughing because he thought it was funny that she was trying to hit him. So Bill was laughing at her and that she kicked him. And she said, yes, it did get physical. I was upset. I was cussing at him. I was saying a lot of things. She even went after his Harley Davidson. So she kicked the Harley para que se cayera. And she even, and he told her, hey, you need to stop. O sea, como que he was putting his foot down. And she said, no, I'm not going to stop. So at this time, they're like fucking going at it, bitch.
Yeah.
Bah, bah, bah. And she went as far as hitting their new Range Rover that they had just got with a stick.
Yeah.
That she found. Because she's pissed.
Yeah,
you know,
she was
she's
upset.
enraged. She's pissed, whatever. Now, you're telling me that you're leaving again. You're brushing your teeth like you're going somewhere. We just had a whole fight of a
Yesterday.
day because this hoe turned up at the freaking hotel that we were trying to have a spa day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she said that he got on his car and he drove
left.
off. And he was laughing. Oh, he waved at her. Que le dijo
Oh,
bye.
shit.
Más enojada, güey. O sea.
Yeah, like, yeah.
So the next day, now this is October the 10th, it was really rough for her. Frances and she was like, she was having a hard time, you know, whatever. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to stay home. And her family, I think it was her sister or somebody, convinces her to come to her niece's volleyball game. So after Bill left, what did he do? He goes back to Bonnie. Y pues la Bonnie, pues claro.
With open arms.
So according to Bonnie, they were going to a bike rally.
Okay.
So Bill threw the keys of the Range Rover. He was and his wallet and his cell phone to Bonnie, and she was gonna drive the new family Range Rover, and he was gonna drive behind her in the motorcycle.
Okay.
And they were going to hit 1604, which is a loop, towards Corpus Christi, because allá iba a ser el rally. So Bill, like I said, is on his bike. She said, Bonnie said que they got up, they, ate breakfast, whatever, and they're on their way. Bonnie's in the Range Rover, like I said, and he's driving his bike, pero él va enfrente de ella y ella iba como atrás de él.
Yeah.
So Frances had never seen Bonnie. Never. Besides with her ass out, you know.
Yeah, in the videos.
In the videos and stuff. So she really had no idea what she looked like. Frances is now in one of the crossroads on 1609 loop in San Antonio. And she sees Bill in the fucking baby blue motorcycle driving by. You can't miss that shit.
Yeah.
You know? When you see it online, and anybody that wants, you'll be like, oh, yeah, it was really baby blue in his Harley. Then right behind him, she even says, she's like, who's that?
Yeah, it was a Range Rover. I'm sure she recognized it.
She knew it was her Range Rover.
Yeah.
Mind you, they had just gotten it. It was a supercharged Range Rover.
And she hit it.
And she hit it with the stick.
Yeah.
So she said that Bonnie and her locked eyes. And this was the first time that she had ever seen Bonnie in the flesh. Frances said that Bonnie flicked her off. Le sacó el puto dedo. And that she said, I grabbed the steering wheel so upset, como de coraje. She's like, and I squeezed it and I called my daughter. Y le dijo a mi daughter, hey, I just saw your dad drive by with this lady in my truck that we just bought. Behind him, I'm going to confront her.
Yeah.
Y dice la daughter que ella le dijo, go ahead, mom, just be careful.
Okay.
Yeah. So at this point, they're at the crossroads. She sees them driving. Ella se regresa. She's at the opposite side, pops a U, and she starts following them. Now, Frances is in her Escalade, and she's going behind Bonnie. She would step on the brake, and she would come close to hitting her, pero then she would hit her, and then le daba bien recio. Y iban back and forth, kind of like cat and mouse, chasing her. Now, she said she was cutting off cars y todo esto.
Oh my God, dude.
So Bonnie is like according to Bonnie, she was scared for her life because she was trying to get away from this woman.
I would be too.
Now, Frances said that she would get close to Bonnie y que le decía to pull over. Que she was like, pull over. Y que Bonnie le sacaba el dedo.
Yeah, like you guys should not be doing this on the road.
Exactly. They asked her, do you know how fast you were going? And Frances says, no, I don't. She's like, I don't. I know we were going fast, and I guess.
Well, yeah, it's a loop, bitch. Like,
yeah, and like they were cutting off cars.
Yeah,
they were like doing all this shit. Now, Bonnie said that she was terrified, like I said, and that she was worried about flipping over of how fast they were going. She passes her, and she kind of like como que agarró la onda, and she's like, let me park right here. I'm just going to park a little bit para calmarme because she was so upset. Frances said that all she wanted to do was confront Bonnie and say, hey, you can have him. You can have Bill. I'm okay with that. I just need, you know how whenever you need closure for some reason? So that's what she's saying. She's like, I just needed closure. I just wanted to let it go. And I needed to see her and tell her that. And I understand because I would be the
I get that, but the way that you're going about it is not the right way.
It's not the right way, obviously.
Yeah.
So now she said, all I wanted to do, I didn't want to hurt them. I didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to confront her. Yeah. Obviously, if I'm Bonnie and I'm driving and this lady is following me back and forth,
she's like brake checking you in the back. I would be scared too.
I would be scared too.
Yeah.
So she's standing there. She's like, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do next.
You said that Frances pulled over, no?
See, Frances pulled over. Like I said, she's thinking about it, thinking, what am I going to do next? Trying to calm herself down. And next thing you know, she said right beside her, there goes Bill in the motorcycle.
Yeah, le pasó.
So when she saw Bill at that moment, he made eye contact with her. Como que he was like, what the fuck? Y volteó. Y que he was like, oh fuck. Like she saw his mouth move saying, oh fuck. Like this is about to get bad. So now she's pissed again.
Yeah.
And now she's fucking trying to catch up to Frances
again. To Frances or to Bonnie?
To Bonnie, excuse me. So Frances is now trying to catch up with to
Bonnie
and Bill.
Yeah.
So Bonnie slams her brakes. According to Frances, she was looking over at Bill, like, look at me, look what you're doing or whatever. And so at this point, she turns around y mira que está la pinche Range Rover, like right there. Now, obviously, Bonnie se acuerda diferente. Bonnie dice que le iba pegando y que le iba pegando atrás or whatever. I don't know which one's the truth because according to it could be either way. It doesn't matter.
I mean, none of this should have been happening on the loop anyway.
Frances said that she heard a thump. But she said, I heard a thump, pero behind in my truck, I had a slab of marble because we had just done a renovation in our home. So then every time she would slam the brakes, se oía.
Yeah, like it
So
moved.
it would move.
Yeah.
So she said, oh, well, that's what I thought it was. She was like, I thought it was just like the slab of marble que cada rato pegaba or whatever. So she said that she sees Bonnie make a U-turn. And that she's like, well, I'm going to go behind her. And she makes a U-turn también.
A huevo también.
An off-duty officer spotted what was going on.
Finally, fuck.
And he called in and he's saying, hey, and you can hear the recording. Y le dice, y dice el off-duty officer that there's a black Escalade and a black Range Rover that were going over 100 miles an hour.
Oh, shit.
So they weren't going a little bit fast, bitch.
No, how do you say, I don't know how fast we were going. We were going fast, but 100 miles an hour? And then, bitch, and you're driving a whole what do you say, Escalade? Like, that's a big truck.
It's a big truck, yeah. Now, in the Rage, Francis...
And the Range Rover también está grandota.
So in the Rage, Francis felt a gust of wind beside her. So she said that when she realized that cuando le dio como el aire como de la Rosa de Guadalupe, she says she looks back and she realizes that her passenger back window was broken.
Oh, shit.
And she had not realized that. So she then snaps out of her rage and she realizes, wait, I was following Bill. Where is Bill?
Yeah.
So she doesn't see Bill, pero ella le sigue dando. Because she's thinking, I'm catching up to Bill. Pero ella ya no ve a Bonnie ni a nada. So she keeps going. So Francis calls her sister en ese momento y le dice, and her daughter también. So le habla a su sister, a su daughter first y le dice, I can't find your dad. I'm looking for your dad. And her daughter was like, what's going on? I don't understand. So then le habla a su sister and she says, hey, I can't find Bill. I was following him, blah, 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 and I can't find him. And she was just going straight. Connie, which is Francis' sister's name, not Bonnie, but Connie.
I was about to say, who, what?
She lived close by to where they were kind of at. So ella se subió a su carro and she drives over to see if what was happening. You know, kind of to see if she can see him or whatever. Because now everybody's worried about where's Bill because she's freaking out. Where is he? So now he was on the side of the road on the floor, laid out, and he had crashed and he was in bad shape. The police were already there when Connie's got there, and they were giving him help. Like the EMS was there as well, and they were trying to give him help because he was not doing good. Now, Francis, at one point, she's like driving, y dice que she remembers que the only reason that she realized that she needed to go back was porque la hermana de Bill le habla. Y le dice, what are you doing? Where are you going? Y que ella le dice, I'm looking for Bill. Y que le dice, no, you ran over him. You hit him. Why did you hit Billy? Que dice que le decía su cuñada.
Yeah,
su cuñada, pues. And that she was like, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? So then she's like, I call my sister again. Y la sister es cuando le dice que, that he was not doing well.
Yeah.
So ella se regresa. Bonnie said that she remembers seeing Bill and his bike fly across the road.
Oh, shit.
And then that's when she's like, I started to scream at the top of my lungs and cry and whatever. And she said that all she could think of was that she called Bill's sister. So that's how Bill's sister ended up.
Connie le habló a Francis.
So even when Francis goes back to where Bill está tirado, once again, she's like, what's going on? Like, she's like, what happened? What's going on? I truly don't think that she realized that she hit him, honestly. And I know that this is controversial because, I mean, you'll learn in a little bit because a lot of the people are very separated on what happened here. But I truly do not think that she realized that she had hit him or that she meant to hit him.
I don't think she meant to hit him, but I mean, like, I when they're like, when people say, I blacked out, I didn't know I killed this person, or I blacked out and I shot somebody. Like, I want to say, and we say, how do you not remember that? Yes, you do remember that.
Yeah.
Or you should. So, like, my first thought is to say, like, you need to control your fucking emotions. Exactly. You're a grown-ass woman. Exactly. But I feel like that's one way that I think about it, but I've never been in a blinded rage where you también lose conocimiento of where you're at and what you're doing. So,
I mean, not only is this woman in my truck that my husband just bought for me, that he's telling me he wants to get back with me. He never tells me that he's leaving her. Then he tells me, yes, I'm trying to leave him.
And, what I mean? I understand that, but still, like,
like I said, we go back to the same thing. That's why when we started this case, I could feel for her a little bit as being a married woman. Like, I don't know what I would do. I don't know how my reaction would be. Does that make sense? So anyway, Frances gets back to Bill and they were working on him. So he was not doing good. And she says she remembers seeing Bill's head, and his head was arriba de las piernas de su sister because her sister was holding him up. And she said that Connie was just crying and that she was just like, oh my gosh, it's going to be okay. Le estaba diciendo a Bill. And that she gets there and she says, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on? Now, the oxygen, they had placed oxygen on him. I don't know if maybe he was crushed in between the two cars or what happened, pero he said he couldn't breathe. Y que no podía breathe. And that he kept telling her, vieja, I can't breathe. Y que se quitaba el oxygen y que se lo volvían a poner. And she's like, I'm standing there looking at this and I'm in shock.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I don't know. Like, in her mind, I don't know if this is true or not. Like I said, in her mind, she doesn't know what happened to him and why he's laying there.
Yeah.
You know? So after that, Frances says that Bonnie was screaming for her to get arrested. Pero Bonnie says que no es cierto. Que she was just too worried about Bill y que she was just worried que they wouldn't let her see him. And she said that she was like, I don't care what if they arrested her or not, but I don't know what was true or not. Frances asked if, she said, I got there and they were like swarming on me. And then whenever they swarmed me, they asked me, are you his wife? And she said, yes. And as soon as she said yes, they put her in the cop car and they told her she was arrested. They took her to the station and she said, okay, while being there, she's like, I'm in shock. I'm crying. I don't know what's going on, according to Frances, allegedly. Now, Bonnie said that they put her in an SUV because she was hysterical and that they wouldn't let her near him. Frances found out that Bill had passed away, unfortunately, on the way to the hospital from the news. So she said, I'm in the cell and in the news, en la tele, están pasando
el accidente
y que se muere Bill.
Junior.
So she says she starts screaming and she's like, could not believe what happened, whatever. And she says that she couldn't remember at that moment anyone's number. Because at this point now we're using like smartphones. So you're just putting everybody's number in your phone.
Yeah.
Y no te acuerdas de something. Like, I don't know your number.
I know your number, bitch. I know my mom's number.
I don't know. I don't only know my
brother's
husband's
number. I know your husband, my brother.
I don't know anybody's number.
Wow. You don't know my number. My number's so easy.
Yeah, your number is easy. I know that for a fact. Well, I barely learned your email, bitch. So calm down.
Yeah, every time you and Christina message me, what's your email? Bitch, save it on the phone. Like, fuck.
And she's my emergency contact.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then Bill had died. Unfortunately, like I said, she couldn't remember anybody's number. She said the only thing she would remember was Bill's number. Because that's me. I only remember my husband's number. And she's like, but...
And I know my dad's number.
You know your dad's? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody's. Anyway, so then she said that she finally, I guess, miraculously remembered her sister's number.
Yeah.
Because she was calling and that her sister was like, Bill is dead. Bill is dead. What did you do? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I didn't do nothing. Please get me out. I need to go and see Bill. This is, like I said, alleged. Now, Bill Hall Jr. died on his way to the hospital. Mostly because of his injuries. They think that, like I said, he was like crushed in between the two cars. He ended up crashing. He was not wearing a helmet. And he did, ¿cómo se le dice?
Succumb to his injuries.
When the investigators went out to look at the damage of the car and the damage of the motorcycle, they came to the conclusion that Bill did not just die from an accident. They saying that Bill died because Frances committed a homicide. So they ruled his death
as a
homicide. So because of the state of us living in the state of Texas, now she was in a vehicle. So because, once again, the law says that it's considered an assault with a deadly weapon because she was in a vehicle, and it's a felony that carries from 2 to 20 years in prison. At this point, did she really want to kill him with this?
Did she mean to?
Did she mean to? Did she not?
It was an accident.
All she knows, she's in jail, girl.
Yeah.
She's in jail. In 2016, Frances went to trial. She said que she remembers that they walked her across the street y que se acuerda que after that, they were like, you're not going anywhere. You're in here for murder.
So now, she like blocked out a lot of it? Or
she blocked out a lot of it, yeah.
She says, pues.
Ella dice.
Yeah.
No sé. The prosecution argued that Frances acted intentionally so that she chased her husband and his girlfriend and used her SUV as a weapon. She wanted to hurt them, and they even brought in the Escalade bumper, bitch. They brought the whole fucking bumper. And they showed it to the jurors where you can see that the
How damaged it was.
and the Range Rover le había pegado y todo. The start witness, who was it? Was La Bonnie. La Bonnie Contreras was the start witness. Now, jurors listened about the affair, about everything that Bonnie had been calling her and harassing her and all of this shit.
The back and forth.
The back and forth, the chase, the crash, todo. Now, the defense claimed it was an accident, that Frances was emotionally overwhelmed and that she lost control. She was being tormented by her husband's girlfriend and that it led up to her rage. Now, this is where it gets a little bit, I don't know. On September the 8th of 2016, the jurors reached a verdict. Frances Hall was found guilty of aggravated assault and murder with a deadly weapon of her husband, Bill Hall Jr. Now, they instantly took Frances into custody, with her being terrified and inconsolable because she still
maintained that
she didn't mean to do anything.
Yeah.
Now, Frances remembers that some of the guards that were there were guiding her because she's like, I didn't know what I was doing, where I was going.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, this just happened, dude. Like, you're going to jail for
a long time.
Prison, excuse me. Now, Frances' attorney believed that she still could help her case.
Yeah.
In the state of Texas, you can request to have a sentence by jury.
Okay.
This means that a jury will give you a sentence.
Yeah.
Right?
Instead of a judge.
Exactly. So this is what her attorney proposed because she was hoping that maybe the jury would have a little bit more sympathy
for her,
for Frances. Now, they did go out and they deliberated or whatever, and the jury did come back finding that Frances acted under what is called the Texas law sudden passion. Now, let's see what sudden passion is. Under the state of Texas law, sudden passion means that the defendant's action in the heat of intense emotion caused by provocation. Now, this would not change the crime, but it would dramatically reduce the punishment from 5 to 99 years that she was initially going against. Now she was going to go for 2 to 20 if Frances faced the maximum sentence. Bonnie thinks that...
So it's kind of like a crime of passion, but it's a law.
Yeah. And they call it the...
Law.
No, the sudden passion.
The sudden passion.
Yes. Now, Bonnie thinks that Frances was just trying to hurt her and it backfired on her. Now, that bothered me a little bit because why would you say backfired on her?
Yeah.
She said it backfired on her and she killed Bill instead of me. Kill Bill. Okay. Instead of her. She thinks that she should not have gone for the passion, whatever. The jury did find her guilty for acting in sudden action and was given a 2-year prison sentence.
2?
2.
Oh, shit.
2 years. Now, when this happened, all of Bill's family estaba allí.
Yeah, of course.
His friends, all of this. So all of these people, we go back to the same thing, like, fuck, 30 years of being married to this woman. All of these people just sitting there listening that you killed their loved one. So who are they? What the fuck do they believe, dude? This man obviously was cheating on you, whatever it is. But you made that decision to go after her and you made a decision to go after him. And you could have turned around. You could have not gone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But then that's a sudden, in the whatever, sudden passion.
So she was released on September 7th of 2018.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The reaction was swift and intense. Many believed that the punishment did not fit the crime. Others argued that the law worked exactly as it was designed.
Yeah.
After Frances Hall served her sentence, the fallout continued. So this isn't over for Miss Frances here. So she left 2 years. Everything was good. She's done. She did her time. She said she believed she wasn't even supposed to serve any crime.
I mean, regardless of the fact,
no, time of crime. I don't know.
You did it.
You did it. The man lost his life.
Yes. I mean, he was a cheater and a liar, whatever it is, but it doesn't mean he deserved to, lose his life for it.
At all.
It's immoral.
Exactly. Now, after, like I said, she was released, they still continued with the fallout. According to record, Bill Hall Jr.'s business collapsed and they filed for bankruptcy. Family members became entangled in a legal battle over his estate.
Of course.
As always. He probably did not have a will.
I'm surprised, actually.
I am too. Yeah. For him having that much money.
A business, yeah.
But you know what? I think that a lot.
And then because if his wife, if, you know...
I don't know.
I'm sure they didn't have a prenup, but she killed him. So it's not like she could get his estate. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And not only that, but like, so let's say that she did not get anything or was not going to get
maybe
like,
his kids, the next
his
of kin,
kids, the next, I don't know.
You know?
Anyway, I don't know what happened, but they went through a whole shit.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. You ready for this? Agárrese los calzones, compa.
Bonnie was pregnant?
No way.
Okay.
Years later, Frances Hall would again make headlines. This time for a massive workers' comp fraud case. And it was involving millions of dollars, Estela.
What?
In 2022, Frances Hall was indicted for workers' compensation fraud related to her role in running the family trucking company and gravel hauling business. Authorities alleged that between 2009 and 2016, including before the years that her husband had died, or that she killed him.
Or before there were any issues between them.
She provided false payroll information.
Wow.
And concealed payroll reports to the Texas Mutual Insurance Company in order to avoid paying over $9 million in workers' compensation insurance premiums. Yes. She turned herself in and she was released after posting bond. In 2024, in July, Frances Hall pled no contest to a felony charge related to the insurance fraud. And as a part of the plea agreement, she received 10 years of deferred adjustment, which is a form of probation, and was ordered to pay $150,000 in resolutions and must undergo
restitution.
Restitutions.
What?
Was ordered to, okay, let me say it again. As a part of a plea agreement, she received 10 years of deferred adjunction. Adjunction?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? A form of probation, was ordered to pay $150,000 in restitutions. Restitutions.
Yeah.
And must undergo recommended treatment. Deferred adjustment means that if she successfully completes her probation and meets all the conditions, the case may not result in a formal conviction and not even on her record. Though she still has to comply with the probation requirements.
Right.
And that is the murder of Bill Hall Jr. I know that was a lot.
Whoa, that's crazy. That's all I can say. I can't believe.
I want you to go one day when you get a moment online, and I want you to listen to the way that Bonnie would talk about Bill. Like when she was talking about his death and all of these things, obviously, and we've said this before, everybody mourns differently. Everybody reacts differently. Not one time did she, like, when she was talking about him or remembering what happened or when she found him on the floor or anything, did she shed a tear? Did she say she seemed like she was sad?
Oh,
Nothing.
Maybe she was never really in love with him, you know?
I mean, according to all of the family, because it wasn't just her kids and everybody. It was everybody.
Are we talking about Frances or Bonnie?
No, Bonnie.
Okay.
According to all of the Hall family, I mean, she was just with them for the golden goose, you know, and maybe they're correct or maybe they're not. But according to her, she was madly in love with him. But I just
maybe she thought she was.
Yeah, she was 27. He was giving her everything.
I mean, but you're 27. You're a grown ass adult. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
your frontal lobe is developed. You know, you have a kid.
Big time.
But I guess they're the only ones that know what truly happened.
Exactly.
You know? So
and unfortunately, Bill is not here to say or
what happened,
to defend himself
or to give his version of events. You know, what was going on, because obviously he must have seen what was going on. You know, like all the brake checking and, you know, rebasándose and, you 100%. Know, like, and then you're on the loop with all these other fucking cars. You could have killed somebody else.
You could have killed somebody else.
Like, you guys could have killed way more people.
Yeah. And even according to Bonnie, she was like, I was just running from her, whatever it is.
And maybe that is true.
And maybe it is true.
You know?
Maybe she's right.
But maybe también she was playing it también,
exactly.
You know, like.
Exactly. Now, the reason that I say that she might have also been playing into it was because she was saying, that's my boyfriend. I'm going to go look for my boyfriend, when he's obviously trying to make it better with his wife or whatever it is, or she had already kicked him out.
No, pero pues
And
he was lying to both of them.
Exactly.
You know, so it was just a whole ass mess that did not need to end up where it did, obviously. So
Obviously.
I feel like they all have just needed to.
No, they all have played a part in this, and unfortunately, the one that paid the bigger part was Bill.
No, they should have just I just handled it differently. It should have just been, handled have a fucking conversation and be upfront about what you want to do or who you want to be with. Pero
Yeah. Not only that, but también the fact that Bonnie would send her videos of them having sex and shit.
But I guess when you're doing, I'm assuming that when you're doing all of that, you never thought that it would end up this way. You know what I mean?
And she did say that. She's like, people make mistakes. I understand. And,
I mean, it's one thing to be taunting somebody and, sending nasty text. And it's one thing to say all this shit via phone. But when you have somebody in front of you, it's a completely different story, you know?
And I think that she could have been a woman too and be like, okay, let's talk. Confront her as well.
Yeah.
And just be like, okay, this is what I want. You know what? Let's lay out everything.
They should have They should have gotten together and be like, we're going to confront Bill together.
Exactly.
They should have confronted Bill.
And said, you know what? Okay, I don't want to be. Okay, so at one point, Bonnie said, I don't know if this is true, once again, allegedly, because a lot of things were said between both women. So allegedly, according to Bonnie, she said that she at one point did talk to Francis. Y que le dijo a Francis, we're having an affair, blah, blah, blah. Y que Francis called her and was like, yeah, well, I've worked my ass off for this company and this is my company, que no sé qué. And then she was like, I don't want any of that. It's just the attitude that she had towards the whole thing.
Well, it's that, it could be that, pero también, they could have just been like, why are we fighting with each other? Why are we not fighting with Bill? Or, the movie The Other Woman?
Yeah.
I think, right? It's with Cameron Diaz, Leslie Mann, and Kate Upton.
I think so. I think that's what it's called.
They all get together and fuck with him. Y se hacen amigas.
Yeah,
maybe it could have been something like that. They could have gotten together.
But that's a movie, bitch.
No, I know. But I mean, I'm sure Frances wanted to work on her marriage. I'm sure that's what she wanted. So
Frances wanted to work on her marriage.
But I don't think Bill wanted to.
Did Bill? No.
Maybe Bill thought that Frances was going to take half of everything. So
you never know. You never know. But once again, we go back to the same thing.
I mean, we don't know what happened, to be honest. Only they know.
Exactly. But as a married woman of a lot of years, I don't know what to do because I'm trying to see it as once again.
Where you're looking from the outside in.
From the outside in. And then not only
you don't know unless you're in that situation.
Exactly. And not only that, but now I'm also talking about the case and I want to see it as...
Could you put yourself in that situation?
Exactly, as possible. Or humanize it as much as you can, right? And so, not that they're not human, but I'm just saying, to make maybe relate as much as you can. So that's my deal right there. It's okay, so could have this been avoided? Or, our same thing of every week.
We're just repeating, I guess, reiterating the same shit, just different ways. But yeah. So,
but anyway, so let us know what you think. If you'd like to follow us, on Instagram, you can at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you would like to download our episodes, leave us a review and/or rate us. We would really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Let us know what you think, and we'll talk to you in the next one.
Bye.